Good afternoon, everybody. It is 2:45 on Thursday, second video of the week. Back to the normal scheduled program of 2 videos. And as you can see from my shirt, good weather. We're back to having normal weather down here. To all you people that are in the tundra, sucks. So wherever you are, God bless you. In any case, there's a lot to review. There's a lot of carnage in the market. I'm sure everybody is very well aware what we are going through for the last couple of days. I have the big board behind me. As you can see, the majority of everything is red here. The market, the NASDAQ is down. It was at one point more than a point and a half. The Dow, the S&P, and the Russell all down. So the question is, where do we do next? And now where do we go? And so there's a lot to review here. I'm going to do the best I can to be your voice of reasoning and to try to calm everybody down. I've had it on a very large amount of text messages from people. People are panicking. People are going crazy. Let me lead off with saying the market goes up, it goes down. We do the best we can to navigate it, and you got to be flexible. And if you're not flexible and you're stuck in your ways and you don't bend and shift and learn from prior mistakes, you're probably going to get hurt during downturns, and you're probably going to miss the up moves. So let's go ahead and break it down. I'm going to try to go through this with everybody real quick. The first thing we're going to look at is the NASDAQ. I wanted to avoid a head and shoulders. That looked like we had avoided it. Last week we got this high, and it just got, you could see from the cursor, it got truly rejected at the all-time high, which was not the worst thing because it salvaged this. It bounced above the averages 2 days later, but just the last 3 days, it's completely gone. And it looks like it wants a date here with the 200, which I would not be surprised. The line in the sand would be here, 23,913. The reason is we don't want to make more lower lows. We lost this low, we lost this low, and now if we lose this low, that would indicate a lower low. Lower lows are not healthy, not beneficial to the market. So I'm giving you the bad. This looks like it wants a date with this. If it loses this, I probably would say we're definitely going to be in this area of support. The S&P. S&P is faring slightly better. And I'm going to go into that, the reason why. So it did make a lower low. The next low would be here. It hasn't done that yet. The RSP, which you have to pay attention to, is the equal weight, has actually held up great. And that's going to go to my demonstration, which I want to point out. And this is a chart as of yesterday, okay? And you're going to see now on this chart here, this is the S&P 500 after down today, which was yesterday, while 70% of its stocks are up. So as it reads, 70% of these stocks finished up yesterday, believe it or not. And the S&P was down. The S&P itself was down. But the equal weight actually was up yesterday. So because 70% of them, so you see this finished yesterday green. Going back here to the non-equal weight, which I'll take you back on that trip, the non-equal weight did not finish green. It finished red because it's not weighted. Interesting, however, that you see this divergence. And this is usually a good sign. I mean, looking under the hood, I mean, you have rotation, a lot of defense names, and I don't normally show the Dow, but I'm going to go ahead and show the Dow. The Dow ended yesterday green. There's only 30 stocks in the Dow, but a lot of these defense names, and I mean defense like Visa, Procter Gamble, UPS, FedEx, they're becoming the salvage for people to park their money. Fortunately, if you've been following me, you put your money some in Visa. I thought that was a good play. There are some other names. I did miss FedEx. I do own UPS in my IRA from months ago, and I mentioned to everybody when it was well under $100. I mentioned to quite a bit of people, which I'll just go to this real quick. I want to see what this is trading at today. So 116, basically almost flat on the day. I mean, I was telling everybody back in this range, I thought it was a good buy. I bought it in my IRA, whatever. Anyways, not here to toot my own horn. The point is trying to understand where we're going with this. So Defense names are coming into to basically favor. The Russell had been performing the best, holding up much better. It's above the 50. Will it find support here? I think it will. Yeah, I'd say if I were to gamble, I'd say it's going to find support in this area. Okay. Whew. Went through that. Let's go through Bitcoin. Oh, that's all the rage these days. For the record, I own Bitcoin. I own a large amount of Bitcoin relative to what I believe to be a large amount. Maybe for others it's not, and maybe for some it is. I don't know. Anyways, I've made a couple trades through iBit because I talked about this in a couple weeks. I set stop losses. I've been stopped out. None of my trades with Bitcoin have worked in the trading department in the last 3 months. I've been stopped out. I am currently in iBit puts as a hedge for myself. I am in iBit puts. I've been in iBit puts since the weekend because I'm not selling my Bitcoin. My hard Bitcoin that's in, obviously I have Bitcoin on a thumb drive, I have Bitcoin in Coinbase, so I'm not going to sell that, and especially not on my thumb drive. It's not liquid. I can't just get rid of it. So I have to find a way to hedge. Now, with that said, let's just jump into the meat and the potatoes of it. We lost the lower low of 74. This is what I'm going to do. This is not for financial advice, but rather this is for educational purposes. I'm looking for an area, and let me see, I did my charts here. Okay. My support level where I see it is between 57 and 62. Okay. I did buy a little Bitcoin today, as I'm going to buy little sprinkles of it, because I don't know when the bounce will happen. What I am going to do is if I can get into that 57, 60 range, 62, I think I'm going to take another trade. I'm going to take another stab at another trade, and it might go through Bitcoin or it might go through iBit. I don't know. But to make that visual here is iBit. It has lost its low, gone, adios. You see the April low, it has lost that. So from the tariff tantrum. So this is not a good looking chart, and it's going to eventually catch support. And the reality is this is very oversold. Eventually, it's going to get bought and it's going to have a pop. My plan is to buy that 57 to 62 range, and then I will set targets to sell it between 78 and 82. That's what I'm going to do on the trade. Anyways, okay. For the record, it's going lower in my opinion. That's why I have the hedge, or at least I think is the reason I put the hedge, is to protect myself on the downturn. I just can't weather. I own too much, so I had to hedge. Gold. All right, so there's a lot of confliction here on gold. I know a lot of people that believe this is the top that was put in. I know some people that are still bullish. I did buy AU yesterday. I am basically flat on AU. I'm going to hold AU. AU is the only gold name I am playing right now again. I'm down, so I am down. I bought it. I was up one. I'm down 1% on this. This is my favorite gold play. I do not own the GLD right now. I do not own. Well, I take that back. I did buy a little bit of GLD yesterday. I'm sorry about that. I did buy some GLD. And I still own my hard precious metal bars and coins, which I have no intention to sell. So that's this. So for gold, I am not over it. I do think it found support here at the 21. I think gold is going to go up. It is my belief. I am going to hold it. Yeah, so that's where I'm at, but I have a stop loss, and everybody should set their stop loss. I have fortunately been saved quite a bit in the last 2 days because of stop losses. I'm going to go into that. Silver, not so much. Silver is adios muchachos, in my opinion. Everybody believes this isn't done. I'm staying away. I had a great trade. What was the name of this? Jesus, I don't even remember. It was a silver trade. I pointed it out. I told all you guys I was in it. I'm not going near silver. All right. Whew, I digress. I've got through that. All right. Now let's jump into it. We'll do our best here to get through it. Okay. The January layoff surge came out this morning. So there was a big surge that was led in transportation. And UPS is planning 30,000 job cuts. Amazon, a bunch of job cuts. I think I associate a lot of that to AI. Tomorrow we have the non-farm payroll numbers. That's going to be very, very, very important. If that's not good, I would expect a rate cut in March. And again, Powell's out the door. He hates Trump. Trump hates him. I don't know. They might have they might have a pissing match. Anyways, so yeah, the information that came out this morning was not ideal. And that also has contributed to this. I think obviously the tech world is getting annihilated. I think the overvaluation in tech names like RGTI that I got back into, by the way, I'm still short this name. I've been telling you guys this, and I didn't execute this to perfection. I got out one day last week, and then I got back into the short. I told you guys this is going to $5. Like, I couldn't be any clear cut. I'm back in it. I'm up now like 80% on my puts that I got into last week. So great trade. I mentioned this on my last video, and I mentioned it on the video before. You guys can check that. I'm still in this short, and it's down 12% today. So working out great. I do think this is a $5 stock. We'll see what happens. Oklo, I was not smart enough to short this, but God knows I should have shorted this. This is another actionable short. I'm only pointing out the shorts right now. This is a very actionable short, by the way. I think this is also going downtown Susie Brown. Goldman Sachs, price target, whatever. This is going down below all the major moving averages, curling averages. It's going to get denied there. Another one, everybody's favorite. You people know who you are. Iron. I've made money both ways on the short and the long side. I had one bad long side trade up. I had two good up, one bad up, and one good one down. And let me tell you, this is going to be interesting. Fireworks after the bell. They're reporting the same time as Amazon. People are expecting a whole bunch of this. I'm not going to touch this. The only thing I might do is I might play a couple calls to the upside. I do think it might get a pop. I think they might announce something with Amazon. It's going to be short-lived for the record. I don't know that I will or I won't. Only if the cost is there, and if I do it, I saw calls like I would probably do like a $45 call. They weren't that very expensive. If you're interested in gambling, don't go try to making up what you've lost. I might take a couple just as a gamble. I like the action. I would not be surprised if they move to the upside. Long term, this stock is going downtown. Susie Brown. All right. What else we got here? All right, I'm going to go in my new buys, what I have sold, what I don't own, and what I plan to own. First of all, I mentioned in my last video, not many people will do this. You see, I mentioned I took AMD on calls before earnings, crushed. Fortunately, I sold my shares that day, which my new trade worked really well. I caught it in this area, sold it in this area, made money there. I've made money up this way. So I've done well. I used profits. It was a little trade, didn't work. Not a good trade. Still own this in my IRA, by the way. And I don't think I'm going to sell it. I own it from like $85 in my IRA. So AMD is not actionable for those of you asking. That is not an actionable name by no means. Okay, I'm out of so many things. For the record, I got stopped out the beginning of the week of a ton of stuff. So I got stopped out. Oh, man, I don't even know where to go. I got to go back to my big board here to look at this. So here's my recent quotes. Stopped out of, well, do you see that? Was it AU? Okay, so I'm stopped out of GSIT. That's down today. Stopped out of this. That's down 4%. I am still in Taiwan Semiconductor. I was planning on selling some shares yesterday. I didn't end up doing it. I don't think this is actionable. I'd be careful. I wouldn't grab this, but I'm still in it. I'm still in IMNM, which looks like the floor is falling out on this one now. I'm not intending to sell this. It is down 6%. This has held up really good. Yesterday, it actually, I think, hit an all-time high yesterday in the Carnage, but now the Carnage is hitting everybody. I'm going to look for support here. I will set my line in the sand probably here. I think I moved. I'm still up on this considerably. I'm up a pretty good amount, but I'm going to move my stop loss to here. So, and for the record, I don't think this is a bad purchase if you want to take a stab at this. This is going to. I think this is going to be a winner this year. But I would advise to stay out of the way when selling is going on. And right now, a lot of selling is going on right now by sellers. It's just, I got stopped out of this one this morning. Where is it? Oh, no, I did not get stopped out of that name. Sorry, take that back. I am still in AEO. I am down on this. I'm just showing what I'm in. I am now officially down probably 2% on this. I was once up 25%. I do have a stop loss set now, so if I lose another 5%, that would be it. Still in that name. My new buys. LightPath. This is still in this name, and I think I'm basically even on this. I wouldn't advise buying it, just pointing out that I still own it. As you see, these names are small. I bought BTU, Peabody Energy, a couple of days ago when I made the other video. Had a good earnings report this morning. At one point was green. I think I'm probably close to even. I'm not selling this. This is, in my opinion, an actionable stock for this week and for next week. And if you don't have exposure to an energy name, that would be one that you can buy. This actually looks like a good chart. And I am not giving financial advice. Pause this one. Okay, sorry about that. I was had to pause the video for 1 second. So Peabody, I think, is a buy. I also bought this morning. Okay, sorry, I had to pause this again, having a lot of technical difficulties here. So I bought Peabody. No intentions to sell Peabody. I also bought this morning Sterling. So I bought this morning on a trade. This is a heavy construction name. I think this is actionable. This is actually a good looking chart if you're interested in buying something and getting some exposure to that. I did buy that this morning. Set a traditional stop loss. This is what do I got? I got a 6% stop loss on Sterling. So that's good. All right, still in Visa. I also want to point out, I think Visa is still actionable for those of you who haven't bought it. It's still actionable. And then finally, a purchase I also made this morning, getting a little bit out of the box, is the transportation stocks. I bought this this morning, and I'm on a trade here. I really like this name right now with the momentum. As you can see, it's doing nothing wrong, getting the moving averages, and a good this is a good way to kind of diversify a little bit and not expose myself to the carnage that's taking place in the market, which is, pretty bad. And I think that's all I own. I will say I hold very, very large amounts for my holdings in JPQ and JPI. I want to let everybody know yesterday I reduced my entire holding of this a half, and the same thing with JPI. These are very boring. I only own these to collect dividends. I don't really own this to capture, but I have captured a lot of upside, and I did have a good amount of profits. And this is because of the lowering of rates. I always have to park money to make sure that I'm getting returns on my money. So I've always planted myself in things like this, and I did have to sell half of that yesterday. Fortunately, I actually sold half, the day before yesterday. So it worked out so far. I will look to buy this back. I just collected my dividend actually, I think 2 days ago. So I will look to buy this back again towards the end of the month if the market does cooperate. If it doesn't, then I won't do that. Sorry for the pause. I think that's it. I mean, I don't own anything else. I'm interested in FedEx. I have not bought this. I need this to pull back. That is on my watch list for this week. A pullback here to the 5, and I am interested in buying this. I own, as I mentioned, UPS in my IRA. That's not a trade. Either one, you pick your flavor of what you like. Both with a pullback, I think you can grab them and have that exposure. I think that's it. Oh, fuck, 20-minute video, Jesus. All right. So with that said, let me give you some closing words here. The market's selling and people are going to sell, and there's going to be quick little pops that are going to make you think that, oh, we're turning a corner. There'll be these little bars in the middle of the day. That's usually short covering. People are just covering their shorts. It's nothing to rave about. The market is going to close substantially with a lower low today. I would say the smart thing to do is to be patient, stay out of the way. I have been stopped out of tons of names. I'm out of Novo. I got stopped out of that. I'm out of Hood in my IRA. I gave up. I still had a great amount of profits. I had to sell it 2 days ago. I had to get out of that. All the small cap names that I was in, I got stopped out of those 2 days ago. My Micron trade, I got stopped out of that. Fortunately, if you're setting your stop losses, the Carnage isn't that bad for you. I've navigated this, I think, overall to the best of my ability. I'm always going to have highs and lows throughout the year. My goal is to have a marathon. It's not a race. I don't plan to hit home runs, but you got to protect your capital. So if you're not protecting your capital and you're sitting in things, and I want to point this out, if you're sitting in things like this, what are you doing, man? If you're sitting in XRP, God help your soul. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why. I don't understand. There is an aspect to this. It's called capital preservation, and you're watching your hard-earned money bleed away for something that's a fake. It's not even, none of these crypto coins are real. None of these have any usage except one and one only. Again, my biased opinion, but why in the hell would you own, even if you believe in this, when you see this, what in the world would make you think you should hold this? Good God, set stop losses, people. Please protect your hard-earned money. This is going to give you a great opportunity when the dust settles, and we're going to have capital ready to deploy when trade setups come. Let them come to you. Don't be impatient. An opportunity that this too shall pass. It's going to be okay. I promise. Navigate it, breathe, take a second, set stop losses. Don't work off of ego and don't try to get it all back in one day. I pointed out a little trade you could consider with Iron today. Please, if you're going to do that, whatever you do on a calls, make it something that you're willing to lose. It's just a gamble. It's a calls. This is not an investment. For dear God, please distinguish the two. All right. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I hope all of you are okay and you're not getting killed just staying in names to stay in names. It's okay to cut your losses in names. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. Have a great rest of the week, guys.